Hi guys, Paul here from Muscle Car UK, and at last our convertibles have arrived. All that hard work that the office in Arizona have been doing, we've now got 4 that have arrived into the UK. I don't think there'll be many more coming in this year because we've been searching high and low to find the best quality cars we can find for you. And here we've got a 1964.5, 65 Mustang Convertible 289 automatic, power steering, disc brakes, you name it, it's got it. This car is absolutely stunning. It's in poppy red. Have a look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now this car's obviously been restored. Of course it has, you know, because it has just gone past its 58th birthday. So, but if you can get in on this, Grant, I mean, this paintwork is absolutely beautiful. It has really been put on well. It's absolutely fabulous. And as you can see, all the lines here, all body shape and body panels have all been put on correctly. If you can get close down here, Grant, you can see, look at this door shuts, the way they've been put together. It's been done absolutely beautifully, straight as a die from top to bottom. Obviously it's got the chrome sill on it while we're here. And these wheels I haven't seen ever before. They're Cragar, which is obviously, you know, a company that's been going since the 60s wheels. This is obviously not a 60 wheel, but absolutely beautiful. We've got the depth here in chrome with the steel, with the chrome Cragar sign on it. They're 15-inch wheels, so slightly bigger than it would have been in 64. I mean, this is called a 64.5, which means it was one of the very first. In fact, this one came out the plant on the 8th of April, so it was ready for the big off. So this one went down to Arizona. That's where it was sent. So no doubt in someone's showroom as the pride and joy of this new car called a Mustang. And we can imagine what it must have looked like in its day, sitting in its showroom. But if you can see that all the stainless is all beautiful, it's all been done really well. But it has kept a couple of things. The patina inside is slightly, you know, of its age. But if you can look in the door shuts, I mean, the way it's been done, you know, this is how you can tell whether it's been done correctly. Look at those door shuts. They've got as much paint on this beautiful side here as in the door shuts, and it's all absolutely gorgeous inside. And all the trim panels are good. It's looking absolutely stunning. The door jambs are all good. If you just keep coming down the side, obviously it's got its tonneau cover on, which is lovely. It's got a white hood underneath there, so it really does look fantastic with the roof up as well, which I'm sure you'll see some photographs of later. But if you come down the side, it's obviously had new bumpers at some stage in its life as well, because obviously 58 years old, we all might need a few new parts. You can also tell how well it's been restored by how they finished it. But as you can see in here, it's got the black plates. Now, many of you will know that if it's got a black plate on it, it means it has never been registered outside of the state of California, and these black plates would have been on it from day one. And you can see up the side here, 2022 June, so it's still taxed in America should you want to ship it back there. But it's all been done beautifully. It's all been finished correctly, all inside the rails, all down the side here, you know, all around these sort of areas. It's all been painted correctly, and the boot shuts beautifully, as you can hear. But if you can come around this side as well, Grant, the thing that's great to see, which I'm sure many of you will know, and sometimes they do get lost, but these are the door tags, and on here it will tell you all about the car, the interior. Now this will tell you that colour is 3, which is poppy red. So this car has always been poppy red, which is nice. And the trim here, which is 86, means it's got black seats in it. And then as you go far along, you've got DSO 75, which is the Phoenix DSO of its day. A lot of cars went down there into Phoenix when the Phoenix was just a small village at this sort of time, until it's grown to the size it is today. Then here you've got the VIN as well, so it shows you that it says 65, because all Mustangs were 65 registered. So it's got its original tags on it, which is lovely. Again, the door shuts are great, and look at this beautiful interior. It's absolutely stunning. But what I do, we'll come back to the interior in a second. What I will show you is that if you can have a look around this side, and at the wheels, you may just be able to see a set of power disc brakes showing out. So we've got the disc brakes on the front, which is great. You've got the C4 automatic gearbox, you've got the power steering, and you have the air conditioning. You also have electric roof. So you've got 5 things which, if you're going to have one of these cars, it's the thing to have. It's an electric button, the roof comes up just like your modern cars now, and this car drives absolutely superbly because it's got these extras. So what we'll do is we'll have a look under the bonnet now and see what's going on underneath there. Now 64.5, a lot of people go on about them. If a 64.5 is completely original, then yes, it's worth a fortune. But over these 58 years, they do get upgraded from time to time. And obviously this has been upgraded. So has it got any extra value being a 64.5? Possibly yes. Is it a dramatic difference? No, because it has been restored. But as you can see in here, it's got a couple of things which I'd point out to you. Now, the 64.5 always used to have a generator as opposed to an alternator, but what the clever guys over in America have done, they've got the generator, which looks like a generator, but they put the internals of an alternator in there so you have the reliability. And I don't know if you can get in here, Grant, because it is a little bit dark when you look down, but there's twin horns. There's one down the bottom here where I'm showing here, and there's another one over that side which I doubt if you'll be able to catch on camera. But that also shows that it's a 64.5 because they changed to just having one. There are some other subtle changes about screws and bits and pieces, but in general, I think you've got to look at it as a 65. It's got a lovely set of headers on here. It's got a lovely cam cover, Mustang, powered by Ford. There's the air conditioning unit on the top, just there. And the power steering is tucked underneath, which you might be able to see as well. Again, you've got a servo here, so you've got the servo disc brakes as well. And as you can see, it's just beautiful under here, really, really great. And again, look at this. As I always say, you can always tell how good the paint job is, because if someone had polished and looked after this car this well, underneath the bonnet, it's just as good as the top of the wings. So as you can see, it's absolutely a stunning car under here. Obviously a show winner, there's no doubt there whatever. Underneath, it's just as strong and as solid. If we get a chance, we'll try and put it on the ramp. But unfortunately in our Mustang workshop, we've got about 30 cars having work done on them at the moment. It's really difficult to get them in and get a video session done. But I'll show you the interior because that's just as gorgeous as well. Well, inside here, the seating has been done beautifully. We're not sure whether this is actually leather. It feels like leather, but we're not 100% sure. But it's also, I don't know if you can get in close, Grant, but you can actually see it's all been trimmed in the poppy red that goes throughout the car, which is really lovely, and a lot of hard work's been done for this. It's got the center console, so you've got the C4 automatic gearbox, you've got the center console here, you've got the original front Ford air conditioning, you've got the St. Christopher, which is, I've been assured, has been in here since 1965, which is really great. So that has to go with the car, no matter what your thoughts or beliefs are. It's got the original Rally-Pac. Now, you know, that is something that is really rare. You can buy the Rally-Pacs, but this is an original Rally-Pac, which, you know, it does make me think that this is possibly a GT, but I cannot sell it to you as a GT because no one can tell on this earlier cars, because it's got everything that it should have for a GT. You know, it's got the fog lights at the front, which you'd have seen in with the pony corral on the wings going out. At the back, you've got twin exhausts coming out of the rear scuttle, so you can see that's a GT extra. So it has got a lot of the bits and pieces with it. But as I said before, the doors are all in great shape. The trim works good. It's got the original steering wheel on. And again, if you don't like the original steering wheels or anything like that, it can be changed in 5 minutes. If you like the wooden effect one, Motorlita style, not an issue. We're doing this constantly. But an absolute special car, this really is. And what I'll do is I'll show you the electric roof operation so you can see how much fun it's got. So if there was a one in 1964 that you wanted to buy, a red Mustang convertible, white roof, auto, power, etc., on weather like this, it doesn't get any better. We sell a lot of these to our friends in Spain and the south of France and Portugal, and this certainly would go down there and have some great fun. It's been in California all its life. In the last 30 years, it's had 2 owners that we know of. One lived in Marina del Rey, which is as the name suggests, is near the marina and close, fun enough, to the international airport. And the other one is Redondo Beach, which is south of there. So they've been used to go up and down in the coastline of the west coast of America. And no doubt, if this car could tell some tales, it would have some fabulous stories to tell. But let's get the roof up, show you how it works, and we'll go from there. So obviously it's got this beautiful electric roof on the car, which I'm just about to show you, but it's also a fair point to mention that this car came off the factory line on the 8th of April, which is about a week, 10 days before it was actually taken to the public. They were seen in from March onwards, but actually being sold to the public was the end of April. So this car would have been one of the first ones to come off the factory line to literally go to its new owner. So it's quite a nice thing that you really have got a car that is one of the very first, as I say, 8th of April. You know, it's a fantastic thing, 64. So anyway, let's talk about the roof. Obviously the roof has since been renewed, of course it has, but most living in California, 9 times out of 10 it would have just been parked in their garage with the roof down. But it literally is electric. It's a little button down here, it's all in chrome, and that's how it worked. And literally, as you can see, that's how hard it is to put it up. There's a couple of clips once it gets itself, and then you just fix the clips in and they're done, and then literally you're off. So if it's a lovely day, no problem at all. You can flick it up, flick it down in a flash. Now, if you are interested in this car, then hopefully our number will show underneath here shortly. Give me a ring, I'm Paul or Martin, and we'll have a chat with you about this car, and then maybe you want to come down, give it a test drive. But it drives beautifully, it really does. It's a well sorted car, this, and something that you're going to really enjoy. We give a guarantee on our cars. I know people think we're mad on 55-year-old cars. It's not an insurance backed policy one, it's one that we give you. We have 20 mechanics here working on Mustangs all day long, classic Mustangs, so we feel comfortable that you're buying a car that's going to be something you can really enjoy. And hopefully, whether you take it down to your villa in Spain, you go on a European tour or something like that, you can have a car that you're really proud of, and one of the very first Mustangs to roll off. So give us a call, we'll have a chat, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Beautiful 64.5 Mustang Convertible 289, absolutely beautiful. Can't do our drone work today because, as you may be able to see, the lambs have just been born, so we can't use the field, bless them. So yeah, so driving this car today, I couldn't think of anything better. Beautiful power steering, automatic gearbox, brakes and drive beautifully in a straight line. It's an absolutely gorgeous car to drive. You can hear the rumble of the exhaust behind us, but it's not too bad. You know, it's quite comfortable in the ears. Just a lovely car. It's like driving a modern car, in fairness. It drives so well. You know, someone has really sorted this car and put it together really well indeed. It drives as it should, you know, as one would expect. In fact, one would say that it's actually better than 1964 when it was built. You know, it drives that well. And something you'd be comfortable if you were driving it around a city or on a nice long run in the country like this. Either way, you'd be more than happy to have this as your car to drive around in. It's certainly got that waft of class, but got a bit of power about it as well, which is what everybody wants to see. It just drives absolutely glorious. You put your foot down and off you go. Fabulous. Just absolutely gorgeous. Brakes in a straight line beautifully. What a lovely, lovely car. It's certainly well worth a visit to come have a look.